Howdy, folks. I decided to say, fuck this. I was gonna take it down, but I'm like, you know what? It's better for it just to be a prop at this point. If you listen to any of my other videos with this, and you can tell that my the audio is a little bit different. So I just kind of think it's like cringe. I mean, to be honest, I think it's cringe. I think somebody said something in my comments where, oh, it's like you're a regular dude with a microphone. Like, yeah, it is kind of cringe. It's kind of weird. So I just go old school. I just made a video. I'm uploading it right now. I was driving to work last night from my last night there. And I thought that was an absolutely amazing video. And before I get into what I want to talk about, there was a slam dunk contest last night, and there was Jackson Hayes. I don't know. I'll show. So like he basically just made a basic dunk, right? A basic dunk, and like I used to be excited about the slam dunk competition. We used to talk about it at school. Like, did you see that? Did you see it? There's no hype. Nobody cares. These are a bunch of people we don't know. You know, slam dunk competition used to be a bunch of like really good, like Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. Of course, you had people who were less than, like a Spud Webb or D Brown, but I think Kobe was in it before. Vince Carter. You had like headliners. LeBron's never even been in a slam dunk competition. It's like, why not, man? Like, why? Why aren't you in a slam dunk competition? Why haven't you been in at least one? And you know, it's just a like decline. You look at the NFL Pro Bowl, like nobody cares about the NBA All-Star weekend anymore. And in fact, the WNBA had a one-on-one tournament, whatever. I can't say that word right this second because I'm anyway. They had one-on-one tournament. See, I can say it. It's just, I don't know, I'm tongue-tied sometimes. And that seemed more compelling than whatever the NBA has to offer with anything. Like the three-point, like who wants to watch the three-point competition? That's what they do every night. You know, they have a three-point competition every single night. The dunks, what are you going to do anymore? You know, like what can you really do that's innovative? I don't see anything, unless somebody's dunking from the three-point line, you know. The dunks, the dunk winner was, you know, kind of like a basic dunk back. When you have people going behind the back, like Aaron Gordon, just doing that stuff, it's just like, it's really hard to top that stuff. And there is some good dunkers. McCollum, I forgot how to say his name. I don't want to say his name. There are some innovative dunks, but they're not doing it on the big stage or something like that. It just, what I think is these players are getting paid too much money. They don't want to do it anymore. They don't even want to play the actual games anymore. I think they just make too much money, to be honest. And they're entitled, they're spoiled, and they want to play less games. I don't know. Like, you want to make more money? You guys are making some, like, what is the baseline salary? Like $2 million for like the bench warmer? Like the lowest guy on the bench was at $2 million a year now. You know, was Steph Curry making $60 million a year? You know, they have these guaranteed contracts, and once they get their guaranteed contract, they basically don't care anymore. So like, I haven't paid attention to sports, not only just for political reasons, but it's just like the competition's gone down. It's just not entertaining to me, and their skill level is probably the greatest it's ever been, but there isn't that oomph there. There isn't that rivalry. There isn't that like the creativeness. It was everything. There's nothing that's being innovative anymore. It's just boring. Jack up the threes, whatever. Like the NFL Pro Bowl, that was so weak. They don't even have helmets. They don't have pads. It's like a flag football. You got somebody that you have a quarterback that had more interceptions than they had touchdowns. So it's like, what's going on? So like now, since entertainment is pretty much dog shit across the board, whether it's movies, TV, music, video games as well, and now sports. This is what I do because I like sports. So this is what I do. I make my own damn simulations. Like I create my own teams. It's like I sit back and I watch this game, and if I want to intervene, I can intervene. But I let it play in the background like I would a regular sports game. And guess what? There's no ads. There's no me paying for all these different subscriptions. And I make my team. So like I have a vested interest because even if I'm just spectating, the way I have it set up is I have myself as a 99 because, in real life, I'm not a main character and nothing but struggle. And like when I play video games, I play it on rookie level because I play real life on hard extreme, like the hardest level. So it's like I look at video games as kind of like a relaxation, like with somebody watching sports, somebody watching movies. Oh, you play video games on rookie? Yeah, I play it on rookie, and I nerf and I dominate. Sure, yeah, because I don't do it in real life. So like I'm not gonna sit here and play hard level in every single facet of my life. If I play life on easy mode, like a lot of people do, I would play video games on hard mode. But I play regular life on hard mode. So it's like, yeah, I don't need it to be constantly fucking hard all the time. I need some type of entertainment, some type of joy. So basically, I'll listen to some type of like what you call a podcast, some type of long-term content, or it's like a 20-minute video, 40-minute video, something that intrigues me. Well, I'm like, I have this going on in the background, and sometimes I'll join in, like on Major League Baseball, like I'm a pitcher, so I'll pitch every single game. Sometimes I go, like when my guy goes to bat, I'll bat. It's kind of nerf, so it's like it evens it out for me to. I can go in there a little bit, not every time, and I can relax and I can sit on my phone and I can check stuff out. I can leave the room, I can come back in, and the game's on. Instead of me just like simulating everything, I'm still. It's like a slower process. It's just like I have to create basically my own form of entertainment now because the entertainment that's being fed to me is complete dog shit. I make my own music because I don't like anything that's being created now. I'm not saying that there isn't anything created that's probably good. There probably is a lot of good stuff, but I mean, when I write my own lyrics and then I put a song around it, like a beautiful song. It's like it's mine. I can do what I want with it. I don't have to worry about copyrights. I don't have to worry about any of this. And honestly, I feel like I'm kind of like ahead of the game, to be honest. But since like they're not the mainstream isn't creating anything, and the only thing that like is really substantial, which I think that we're all getting tired of politics. We have to create our own simulations. We have to create our own entertainment because it doesn't do a good job. And I wanted to publish this stuff. I wanted to the huge goal would be like have humans running every single team in my league. That would be awesome. And like we have our own little podcast and everything like that. I've already made a video talking about this before, but I think that's the future. You'll see one of these big leagues that eventually they'll probably rival actual real basketball or real sports, because it's like the gameplay is still a little bit janky. I mean, they don't really make the games that well anymore because of all the different animations and stuff like that. But it's like, this is where we're at. You're not really innovating anything. And this is where I come back to where, like, do we live in a capitalist society? Because if this was truly a capitalist society, I felt like I lived more of a capitalist society 20 years ago than I do now. There was more innovation. There was more creativity. Oh, when I was a teenager, there was a new creative, different type of movie coming out all the time. Even if it was fiction, if it was like Terminator 2 or Rocky 15 or whatever it was, man. It's just like, not Rocky 15, but you get what I'm saying. It's like there was all these different Rambo. It's like now it's the same thing. It's the same, like, they don't want to spend any money on creating anything else. So they just, whatever people are buying, they just, and it's crazy because, like, the whole idea that I'm hearing, that I've done a little bit of research, and obviously I'm not like no economic genius, of course, but the whole concept of like supply and demand, when you have a large supply of something and nobody's buying it, the price is supposed to come down. But are we seeing that? When you go to the movie theaters, are your tickets cheaper now? I mean, you go to an empty movie theater and maybe they're full. Maybe I'm just on the internet too much. I'm not touching enough grass. But I thought that their attendance was down, but the prices are still high. So you would think like they would have to, if you're like cars, look at cars. I'm hearing like motorcycles. They can't move motorcycles. Well, then you lower the price, but they're not lowering the prices. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are we doing? Like, how is this I'm hearing that like the houses aren't being sold. People aren't selling houses like they were. So why aren't the prices coming down? You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't make sense. Nothing fucking makes sense. Like, I hear this stuff, economic supply and demand. It's like, it's not applying to reality. If I make something and have an abundance of it, and I can't get rid of it, this is why, see grocery stores put stuff on sale, because like, oh, this meat's going to go bad in like a day or something. They want to try to get rid of it. Or this bakery product, they're like, okay, we're going to cut the price in half. To try to get it out the door, to try not to get a loss on it. But we're not seeing that. We're not seeing innovation in anything. We're not seeing, was it AI? That's about it. Like technology, what type of, like the smartphone, are they making like something like new like that? Like, what are they doing? What are we innovating? What are we creating? Like, this is not a capitalist society. It feels stagnant as hell. It feels like everything's completely overpriced for no reason at this point. Like, we went through the whole, when they print out all this money, and I'm like, okay, I was listening to all these economic experts and all these really highly intelligent people. I'm like, okay, they print out all this money. With my stimulus check, I'm going to invest in like gold, silver, Bitcoin, and guns, bullets, food, stuff like that. And that happened. We've seen like inflation happen huge in 2022, but like we're in 2026 now. Like, why does it still feel like we're going nowhere? Why is our wages not? It's like these companies are suppressing our wages. They still don't want to pay us. To this fucking day, they still don't want to pay the regular person. And you see these athletes that are in these dunk contests that are supposed to be like trying to put their best effort, and they're just like, like, what? That was like you just destroyed, even though like some of the dunks, that was like a horrible dunk, right? That was just like, I don't care. I seen the Pro Bowl, they did the tush push, and the guy just basically walked it, and the guy just let him. He didn't do nothing. He just let him. It was like a joke. The whole thing's a joke, and these people are making a joke of sports. And they get paid all this money. It's like, and then we're out here doing like real jobs that, keep everyone alive. I was working in the corn mill. My last night was in the corn mill. And what I've noticed with my last, my I've worked at like over since I left my initial job in Michigan, when I moved out of Michigan in 2017. I've had a lot of different jobs. It's usually I stay place like a year or something like that. Different things happen, but I've noticed that people in charge are introverts. They're not good managers. I've worked at like, I don't know, at least 10 to like 15 places in the last 10 years. 10 years. Because I moved around. I moved to Washington State, and then I moved to Missouri, and then I moved to Michigan, and then I moved out of Michigan. I'm not going to let you guys know where I'm at, but I've done a lot of moving. When I moved to Washington State, I wanted to stay there. That's somewhere I always wanted to live as a kid. Like, I have family there. I love the scenery there. Politically, it's horrible. It's so expensive there. When I moved there, I'm like, oh man, I was only there a month, and I'm like, I regret this. It's too expensive. My dad let us stay with him. Him and his wife let us stay with him. I was afraid to move out, to be honest. And I had to move away from them. Like, they were living kind of towards, it was Renton. Kind of by Seattle, outside of Seattle, but it was closer. So I had to move away from these people. I moved there to be by these people, but then since I'm poor, I had to move away. And I was thinking to myself, man, if I stay here, I can, because I was making like $26 an hour at my job. I worked my way up. I started out at 18. I had only worked there 2 years, and I worked my way up that quickly. I was, backing in semis and stuff like that, semi trailers, loading all these like highly technical loads, which takes a while to learn this stuff, right? You don't just go in there and then you can learn this stuff in like 2 days. It takes months, sometimes years, to learn some of this stuff. Highly technical stuff. And at the facility, they actually had to do away with some products because nobody knew how to make them anymore. And that's wild to me. Like, we were making corner beads, right in the corner, like you would, it's supposed to like smooth out the edges or something. I don't know. Anyway, it makes the corners look pretty. And there were some of the products that they could not make anymore because people retired. They didn't know how to make these products anymore. And it takes a long time to learn how to make stuff like this. Like, it's really advanced stuff. You can learn it, but you have to like be there for like years. But these companies, the company I worked for, they were good. I really liked that company. USG was a really good company. They emphasized safety. I almost got fired from there because of my safety. Like, I basically came in like a knuckle dragger, but I came out of there like really safety aware, and they took care of me. That's probably like the best company I've ever worked for. I've worked for them twice. So that's what we're seeing. And it seems like everywhere I've worked, most of the people in the office who are managers or supervisors, they're fucking introverts. And it's wild to me that you can manage people and be an introvert. Basically, like, this is the place I just worked at. They made this guy a supervisor, which I understand why, because he knows his stuff. He knows he's really good. He's worked there for like 10 years, 13 years or something. and he knows the mill. The where I was just working, it was like 10 stories high mill where they said it's like a dry and wet mill at the same time. One of the most complex type of thing. And it's like we had two different mills we had to take care of. It takes a long time for you to learn this shit. I'm not saying some people can learn shit faster, some people can learn shit slower, but to like feel confident that you can, if something happens, that you can handle it, it takes a long time. And it's just crazy to me that these places still don't want to take care of their employees. It's crazy to me. They still don't want to pay us. You know what I mean? And then they get like, I'm looking at things, and you know, they might hire somebody that has like mill work or something like that, and they might be able to come in there and do really well, and I hope that they do. But it's like we're having these people in management who don't know how to manage people, who don't even want to talk to people, and that's like part of your job is to talk to people. Like, how are you going to be management and manage people if you can't talk to people? And that's where we're at. I've seen this a lot more. I've seen a lot more of management become introvert, or introverts being put in positions by default, because like the guy obviously he knows his stuff, but he's not really good with people, you know, managing people. It doesn't even seem like he likes to talk to people. And the guy before that, he was the guy before the supervisor. He was the same way. He just sat in the office the whole time. He barely came out. He didn't, you know, he didn't know what he. There was a little bit of altercation at work, and he didn't want to be bothered with it, and he ended up quitting. But it's like it's crazy. I'm looking at things where I was just at, and I'm like, there's all these people that are working there that really don't know what the fuck they're doing. And like, if this, like the guy that I'm talking about, the supervisor, if he was to leave, they're fucked. They are fucked. Why do people leave? Why aren't people loyal to you guys anymore? Why aren't we loyal? Do you think that I want to sit here and have to go through interviews, have to like learn new shit? I mean, I like to learn new shit. That's cool, but I like to go to the same place. I like to be able to go to the same job, be around the same type of people. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm starting a new job. I have to get to know new people again. Like, I have to start over fresh. I don't like having to do this. For me, is like, I took a pay cut, to be honest. I took about a $3 pay cut. But with my car, with the gas, it's basically like a $2 pay cut, because I'm making like $21.80, right? Well, I was making $21.80 last night. And I start my job tomorrow, I'll be making like $18.90. But I live a fucking mile and a half from where I work now, and I thought to myself, I'm putting 2 hours a month in this job with the commute and everything like that. And now I only have to work 160 hours. Well, now instead of 28 hours of, because I was working a little bit, I think I was making like 84 hours every 2 weeks. So I was getting like 42. The way the schedule is kind of like a nursing schedule. You know, on 2 days, off 3, basically like that. And like it all for 2 weeks, and then it resets. It does it every 2 weeks. It wasn't a bad schedule. I mean, if I didn't have to work nights and did the commute, I could deal with that. But for me like, this is a secure job. I knew I was gonna get my hours every time, but here's the thing: it's like, I was looking at the raises, and I was like, You're gonna give me $1 raise to have to learn all this highly technical stuff. And I was just like, I'm not motivated. Like, they don't want to pay us. It's like they still think that health insurance is a benefit. Like, it's not. How's it a benefit when I'm having to pay a huge premium, and then like I have to pay a huge deductible before they'll cover any, you know what I mean? I have to pay all my copays. It's not a benefit, dude. It's you know, I'm gonna try to go without health insurance again. Like, I want health insurance, man. But it's like they don't want to pay us, and they want to act like, oh, they're not making any money. Like, dude, what is it going to be for us? Why is it always the employer? Why is it always for them all the time? Like, when can we have a little bit of balance? Like, I don't want it to be like having to like when 2021 happened, 2022, people were switching jobs really quickly because they were getting paid more money here, and they're like, I'm gonna go here, and they were just switching a lot. So that's not good either. And that's capitalism, though, right? Like, you're competing for my labor. But the way they want it, they want us trapped in these jobs that are low-paying jobs because there's nothing else to go out to do. It's like, this job I'm working sucks. It's given me enough to barely cover my life right now. Am I being able to put anything into my future? No. And I've never put any type of contribution into any type of 401k ever in my entire life. I feel like that was a luxury. That's why I've always felt like. Would I have liked to? Yeah. I've invested, man. So it's just like, they're not taking care of us, and then they wonder why we don't stick around. They wonder why, oh, geez. And they don't have any, like, they don't read the room to realize that you need people that are going to be there for a long time. Because the stuff that is like highly technical. So you need those people to stay there. You need us to stay there. And you should want to take care of us. And they don't want to take care of us. They just want to give us a bare minimum that they can give us. So we produce for them. And we're all just getting tired of it, man. Like, it doesn't feel like we live in a capitalist system. It really doesn't feel like we live in a capitalist. It feels like, for rich people, it feels like it's a capitalist system for them. And another thing too, when we have layoffs, we have all these layoffs, and all of a sudden their stocks jump. It's like you have people like cheering for people's to lose their jobs because their stock goes up. Like, how is this a fucking thing, man? You know, that's why I'm like, I can't wait for AI to take all of our jobs, because I wouldn't mind doing these jobs. I don't care if I'm a peon. I don't care. I just want to be taken care of. I'm taking care of you. Like, you should want me to want to come to work. I should want to come to work. And yeah, I'm doing stuff I don't want to do, but I go to work, other people are taken care of, so they're in a good mood, they're happy, they want to, instead of us doing the bare minimum to get by, we're going above and beyond. We're doing more than we have to do. But why don't we? Because we're not invested at all. We're just rented workers at the end of this, is what it feels like. It feels like we're basically work for these temp agencies. That's what it feels like. It feels like we're temp workers. That's how it feels. They treat us like we're just temp workers, and they wonder why people aren't loyal, don't want to stick around, and they can't read the room at all. I understand. I'm not one of these people that are like, oh, it's the billionaires. Or it's the government. No, it's both the government and the rich people. And I'm not going to sit here like, oh, no, the billionaires and the fucking millionaires. You know, I'm never going to be a millionaire, you know, so, and I don't really care if I am. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to have a mansion. I don't want to have a yacht. I'm past all that shit. I don't care about that. I don't think I even really cared about that to begin with. It might have been cool for like a season, like an experience, you know what I mean? But then I think it would have got old. I find it so strange that these people can live like they're basically gods or kings, while people that are doing all the production for them um, are barely getting by, having to like scrape, and that's how they treat us. You know, I've worked at so many different places, and I've noticed another thing too. We work with shit. Like they give us shit to work with. We don't. I'm this supposed to be like a, like the most prosperous country in the whole world, and we are like they're cutting corners. Not only do they cut corners on our pay, but they cut corners on their salaries. It's like, fucking pay us. Raise the prices on shit. Like, you need to start taking care of. We just need some stability. There is no stability. You know, our government's shutting down. It's becoming more and more like where are we going towards? That's why I'm like, at this point, you know, with the Congress continuously shutting down, why do we have you? You know, why are you able to vote on like what? When I go to vote, you know what'll get me out to vote? If there's something like term limits. If I go to the ballot and there's something like when I'm voting for like a senator or a federal, like, that's what I'd rather vote for term limits. Why isn't that on the ballots? Why can't I vote for like a decrease in pay for Congress members or a decrease in like vacation time? You know, if I could go, I would vote for them to have the federal minimum wage. I want to show us how it's done. You guys haven't raised the federal minimum wage at all. You know, and people can debate, oh, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. It's bad for small businesses. Well, if you can't pay your employees a livable wage, it doesn't matter what the job is. If somebody puts in 40 hours and they can't have a basic life, you know, standard of living nowadays, you shouldn't be in business. And that's just how it goes. It's like, you shouldn't be in business because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You want slave labor. How about you take the pay cut? You know, and I think that we're just tired. We're just tired. We it's not that we don't want to work. It's like, why do we not want to work? Because what's the point? That's how we feel. You know, I live like a fucking pauper. I don't buy new clothes. If I have to, I'll buy, like, I bought sweatpants this last year. 2 pair of sweatpants. Because my other sweatpants I don't have anymore. It's like they're old, they're worn out. I'll wear stuff till it's worn out. You know, I'll wear my socks until there's like holes in them, and I'll toss them and get something else. But I don't sit here and buy clothes all the time. I don't sit here and buy a bunch of. If you look at my past videos, now you'll see I have a little bit of furniture. But if you look at if you look at my videos from a year ago, you'll see that all of them are basically me and on my mattress that's on the floor. I had no couch. I had nothing in the living room. I had my TV and my mattress on the floor. I lived like this for like 2 years. And before that, I slept on the damn couch. I slept on the couch, so in the living room, so my kids could have their own bedrooms. I lived in a 2-bedroom house. But it's like, dude, I'm not living beyond my means, man. I'm really not. I'm not like going out. I'm not going on vacations. You know, we see these people going to here and there. My vacation is not having to go to work. That's my vacation. My ultimate vacation at this point would be like, I don't have to go to work and I can get high the whole time for a whole week. And I don't have to worry about it. And I can like do things out. Like, it's not like I'm going to this place to that place. I can't afford that shit. You know, like back in the day, the American dream, like, oh, go on vacation once a year. I can't. It's staycation. It's been staycation. Like when my kids, like when I took them to see like some national monuments, what's that one in Mount Rushmore? That was on the way when we were moving. Like, hey, this is on the way. Let's check this out. So we checked out Mount Rushmore. One of them was at the time my mom was living in Arizona and I was living in Michigan, and my kids were visiting their mom at Texas at that time. I went and picked up my kids, and then on the way to Arizona to go visit my mom, and that's technically a vacation for sure. But it's like, let's go up to Roswell. Let's go check this. Let's go out of my way to Roswell real quick. It wasn't like this is the end thing. This is like why we're traveling. It's like, let's hit this on the way. On the Four Corners, like that wasn't the end destination. You know what a vacation would be, Mount Rushmore, something like that. That's the whole reason that we're going. No, it was, let's hit this on the way. You know what I mean? So it's so crazy to me that, listen, I work hard, and if you work 40 hours a week, that should be enough to get by and have a decent life, man. It doesn't matter what the job is. It doesn't matter if it's fast food, if it's picking strawberries in the field. Like, if you work 40 hours, you should. And part of having a life nowadays is having the internet, having a cell phone. Okay, because we don't have landlines anymore, so we need our fucking cell phones, man. We need our smartphones. So like, this is a necessity. Were we not supposed to have this anymore? Try getting a job. You know, I'll buy a video game here and there. I don't buy them. I'm not gonna buy them anymore, but for a while. But it's like, that's my entertainment, video games. You know what I mean? Or just making up shit myself. Whether it's movie content, or there isn't like, I'm not living high on the hog. I really am not living high on the hog. Did I buy some furniture to fill up this 3-bedroom house? Yeah, I did, because like I bought a bed. I bought a couple of things. I bought a couch off of a friend. A couple TVs, but a desk, but it's not like I've been buying this stuff. I've been living beyond my means. I really haven't, man. And it's so crazy that the way things are, this is why people don't care. This is why people aren't happy. It's not that we're like, happiness isn't something that is continuously, but there's something called not being stressed out all the time. And I think that we're just completely stressed out all the fucking time. They're keeping us on this rat race, and it's just like, there's no carrot. They took away the carrot. So a lot of guys in my position aren't getting attention from women at all, unless you pay for it. And then if you pay for it, for sure, but we're not getting attention. And we're looked down on. And I get it. Like, look at me. My expectations, to be honest, this is my expectations in a woman. I just want her not to be fat. I don't care if she's like, she could just be 5 in the face, man. That's it. I don't expect a 10, a 6, a 5.5. Damn, 4.5, as long as she's not overweight and not cheating on me. I'm fine with that. My expectations for a woman isn't a damn 10. It isn't like a Brett Cooper, or I don't know who else, Scarlett Johansson or something. I don't know. Jessica Alba, I guess she's single now. It's not someone like this. Even Alicia Silverstone, like, Alicia Silverstone, you look at her, she was absolutely gorgeous when she was younger. Now you look at her, she's weathered. But that's out of my league for sure. And I don't ever expect to have anything like that. But it's like, when it comes to looks wise, you're not what you were. You know what I mean? Like, it, everything is all wonky, out of balance, and it feels like it's intentional. To be honest, it feels like there's too many people that shouldn't have a ton of wealth. They're just like spoiled. They're spoiled. And the biggest thing that resentment I have towards these people, where it's like, why is there no accountability? Why is there no humbleness? Why do people in my position have to keep going through crap? But these people who, brag about things, who talk down to people like me, who look down at people like me, who keep them alive, by the way. They're not part of society. They're in their bubble. Like, they're in their own little, they're not giving anything back to the community. They're just taking. Like, how is this sustainable? You're in the popular kids club. It feels like this is like damn high school, man. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm back in high school. I feel like I'm going and doing a job that, I mean, I could be fine doing it. Just doing menial labor, as long as I feel like I'm being taken care of. And when I go to work and I come and I leave that job for the day, that my life is better than it was before I came in. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm a million. No, it just needs to be like a tiny bit. Like, there's a little bit, but there's no progress. That's how we feel. It feels like there's no progress. It's like my YouTube channel. There's no progress. I've already given up on that shit. I've given up on trying to get followers for Twitter, for this, for TikTok. When I upload something, I'm thinking to myself, it might get a couple of views. On my Twitter, I got 13,000 followers. But then, like, when I post something, it gets 60 impressions. It's like, and then I see these other people with like way less followers, being like 700 followers, and it's just a post, and they get all this attention. It's like, dude, this is rigged. It feels rigged, to be honest. It feels rigged. That's why it kind of feels like a simulation. I think. Because it doesn't make sense. None of this shit makes sense at all. It feels like this is like backwards world. It feels like it's upside down world. The people who are popular people, you think that they'd be more humble, they'd be more grateful, they'd have more gratitude, they want to give back more, they would have more understanding. But no, they don't. It's just like me, me, me. They don't want to bring anybody else up. They just only care about themselves. And everything just feels fake. It feels like this is intentional. For me personally, I feel like I'm being held in a damn box. So if there's a creator, which I'm pretty sure that there is a creator, like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I don't care about being a popular podcaster. Like, I think that podcasters are going to be like, in the near future, are going to be looked at as cringe. Like, that's why I said this is cringe. I think just because there's going to be so many of them that they just seem like dude, really? You know what I mean? Like, what? It's just weird. Okay. So that's probably what people think about me already. Well, here's the thing, is I have a lot of work. I bet, like, if you go back on my videos, I have like 10 years of this. I've been doing this for 10 years and I've got nowhere, and I get it. I'm not talented. I'm not intelligent. Like, you people in the comments say negative stuff about me all the time. Like, I get it. I'm not talented. I'm not intelligent. You tell me this stuff all the time, but I get it. But I see other people like Cavicular who have no talent, and it's just like, oh, he looks good, or he did something stupid by like hitting his face with a hammer, live stream or whatever, and he's famous. It's like, You see all these women getting famous easily just by their butts. Like, God, man, it's just annoying. It's just annoying. And I don't care. I don't care about being famous. I just want to go to work and know that I'm taken care of. When I go to work now, this is what I think. I'm not getting Social Security. It's gonna be they're gonna up the I'm paying into Social Security. I'm not gonna get it until what, I'm 70, 75. I'm never gonna get it. So why am I paying into this? I can use that money now. Like, you're taking out $300 a month for Medicare and Social Security when I'm never gonna get it. I need that money now. You know, it the taxes. I'm so tired of the taxes. Can we just have like a flat like sales tax? Federal. I don't want the income tax. Hit the income tax out. To take the property taxes out. Unless like somebody has multiple properties, that's one thing. But if I buy a house, why am I getting hit with property tax? I don't mind paying. I want my community to be better. But here's the thing: when politicians tax us and then send our money overseas, whether it's to Israel or Ukraine or Argentina or South and North Korea, we got to fund their separating these people. What the fuck? Why? Why do I have to pay tax? Why do I have to sit here and have this stress for like these 2.5 months where I gotta get all this shit, like get it all done, and I hope it's good. I hope I don't get audited. No, I don't want to deal with this stress anymore, man. I'm tired of it. It's like an outdated fucking system, and it doesn't work anymore. Who else likes doing this shit every fucking year? We have to get our W-2s, and if you have like different employers, you have to get multiple W. It's like, come on, man. You see all this shit? Give me my deductions. How is it that difficult? You see like where I'm at. You see where I'm claiming. Like, just give me just send me a fucking bill or send me a check. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to pay a taxpayer. I don't want to get this fucking fair. I don't want to have to get a degree to get my tax. And I know you don't want to get a degree, but still, like, these people are changing the laws and tax laws every fucking year. So if I don't keep up on the tax laws, then I get fucked because I didn't put something in right. And it's like, dude, fuck off, dude. It's like, this is intentionally to keep us oppressed. It feels like slavery, man. It feels like this reality is slavery. And you're complaining, dude. The people who call me a complainer don't live in this fucking reality. The people who sit here and talk down to people about this situation just because I'm speaking out about the way things are, call me a complainer. They make money off of people like me, which is fine. I have no problem with these companies making a profit. You should make a profit. But I think that when the CEO makes 400 times more than I make, I think that's a problem. I don't know, maybe people don't, but I just think that, like, that's unsustainable. It's unrealistic. It's stupid. It looks bad, and you don't give a fuck. I'm not one of these fucking socialists that's like, or communists that's like, oh, all the labor every single profit that they make off of my labor I should get. No, I don't believe that, because I'm not maintaining the machines. I'm not buying new machines. I'm not paying the utility bills for or the maintenance or the insurance. I'm not paying this fucking shit. So yeah, they should make a profit. The whole concept of these communists are like, oh, the people should get 100%. Like, you're fucking stupid. I don't own the machines. I'm not maintaining the machines. Yeah, I know how to run the machines. And maybe I should own. Maybe that's what they should do. This is why I say maybe we should have a reset, an asset reset, where we just take these rich people's assets and redistribute them amongst us. You know what I mean? You don't need more than $1 million in assets. You need to give back to, like, personal assets. you need to give back to us. You know, like, what is going on? The UBI, you know, there's no safety nets. Like, there's nothing. So, like, what do you want? Violence? Like, this is what you're... I'm connecting dots. I'm like, dude, like, you know, when you have it just feels like things... And I'm not threatening violence. I'm just saying, like, people will lose it. The people will, like, they'll have nothing left to live for. They have nothing left to... You know, what do you think the French Revolution was? What do you think the Haitian Revolution was? It was oppression of people, of these elites not taking care of people. And you rich people are 100% culpable for this environment. I have no influence on anything. My vote doesn't fucking matter. I'm not gonna vote. Fuck voting anymore. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't care. Like, who am I gonna vote for? It doesn't fucking matter. Nothing's gonna fucking change. Nothing's gonna get better. It's all just getting worse. They don't correct any fucking problems. They just make more problems. So it's like, fuck these people, man. The corporations and the politicians are the fucking problem. These monopolies should have been broken up. There should be no too big to fail. Whether it's a person because they're a fucking pedo, they're at least, their reputation will destroy our country because, like, this person's a pedo. So we have to let them continue being a pedo, allegedly. This is what we're thinking. You know, this is what we're thinking. We're thinking, like, the government is actually not going after pedos. Like, what we're thinking is we have elite people who are entertaining us, who are running everything, who are child trafficking, who are sacrificing kids. And we're just sitting here like, why isn't anything being done about this? Oh, because it's too big to fail. They're too big to fail. Like 2008, the banks are too big to fail. Like, why? How is that? Okay, if it's too big to fail, then let's make sure this never happens again. What have we done to stop this problem? And in fact, I think that we've made the problem worse. They have done nothing. They have done nothing. Oh, you know, technically, I'm sure there's some little things, but they have done nothing, like, with the meat and potatoes to solve problems. Solve fucking problems, man. We're in a time where it's just like, if aliens was to drop, they was to finally come out, like, which they kind of have, and we're just kind of like, we already know. We're, like, so desensitized. Yeah. Basically, there's some disgusting things. I think that one of the files was somebody sent. Well, Epstein thanked a redacted name. I believe it's redacted. Saying thanks for the torture video, something like that. Like, what? Are you? This is something that Tim Dillon reported. So I'm not gonna go through the 3 million fucking documents, dude. I'm not gonna read through all that shit. That's what everyone else is for. Everyone else has the fucking time. I don't have the fucking time to go through all that shit. I have to work a regular fucking job. What am I supposed to do, man? Just, like, go through everything myself and go to, like, dude, this is why people don't pay attention. You know why people don't pay attention to shit? There's just too much. People don't have the time. And it's boring as fuck, too. It's like, I don't want to fucking read 3 million. You know how long it would take me to read 3 million documents? Dude, that would take me years. I probably would never be able to even do it in my whole lifetime. 3 million documents? Give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? So it's just like, we're just fucking tired. That's it.